Neatly, Miwewe Mwanzo. Gold is the beginning. In the name of She, capital S, capital H, capital I, who man, Adam, called the sun as Shumen. In the name of the truth, motherland, Nigritia, Nigeria, land of the gods. In the name of the true begotten Son, Emmanuel, Immanuel, whose name means go with us. In the name of the true Son, Adam, Luke 3:38, son of gold, son of she, Mother Nature, Mother Earth, the only man who knows nothing about coming forth through the womb of woman. No man other than Adam. Every other man that has ever walked the face of this earth knowledges first and foremost the womb of woman, except for Adam. For Adam was and is gold. Peace from above. You peace from above. How y'all doing? Good to see you. Good to be here. Harry ya Mawaka Umpia. Harry ya Mawaka Umpia. Harry ya Mawaka Umpia. Happy New Year's Kiswahili. As we end 23 today. Fugaha Kwanzaa Siku. Happy first day. Today is the first day of the week, but it's the last day of the year. Tomorrow, the first day of the work week, be the first day of a brand new year. So, as this year ends, I give thanks and glory to him who found me worthy once again. 65. Never thought I'd make it, but here I am, 6'5". And this is what I teach. This is what I'm all about. That's why today we're reading from Agano, Jipya, Imanuel, the New Testament of Imanuel. Matthew chapter 6. Take heed that you do not do your charitable deeds before men to be seen by them. Otherwise, you have no reward from your Father in heaven. Therefore, when you do a charitable deed, do not sound a trumpet before you, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and in the streets, that they may have glory from men. Assuredly, I say to you, they have their reward. But when you do a charitable deed, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, that your charity deed may be in secret, and your Father who sees in secret will himself reward you openly. And when you pray, you shall not be like the hypocrites, for they love to pray standing in the synagogues and on the corners of the streets, that they may be seen by men. Assuredly, I say to you, they have their reward. But you, when you pray, go into your room, and when you have shut your door, pray to your Father who is in the secret place, and your Father who sees in secret will reward you openly. And when you pray, do not use vain repetition as the heathen do, for they think that they will be heard for their many words. Therefore, do not be like them, for your Father knows the things you have need of before you ask him. In this manner, therefore, pray, Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And do not lead us into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. Yours is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Selah. For if you forgive men their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. But if you do not forgive men for their trespasses, neither will your Father forgive your trespass. Moreover, when you fast, do not be like the hypocrites with a sad countenance, for they disfigure their faces that they may appear to men to be fasting. Assuredly, I say to you, they have their reward. But you, when you fast, anoint your head and wash your face, so that you do not appear to men to be fasting, but in your Father, but to your Father who is in the secret place, and your Father who sees in secret will reward you openly. Do not lay up for yourself treasures on earth, where moth and rust destroy, and where thieves break in and steal. But lay up for yourself treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust destroys, and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. The lamp of the body is the eye. If therefore your eye is good, your whole body will be full of light. But if your eye is bad, your whole body will be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in you is darkness, how great is that darkness? No one can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will be loyal to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve gold and mammon. Therefore I say to you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat or what you will drink, nor about your body, what you will put on. Is not life more than food, and the body more than clothing? Look at the birds of the air, for they neither sow nor reap nor gather into barns, yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not of more value than they? Which of you, by worrying, can add 1 cubit to his stature? So why do you worry about clothing? Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow. They neither toil nor spin. And yet I say to you that even Solomon in all his glory was just arrayed like one of those. Now if gold so clothes the grass of the field, which today is, and tomorrow is thrown into the oven, will he not much more clothe you, O you of little faith? Therefore do not worry, saying, what shall we eat, or what shall we drink, or what shall we wear? For after all these things the Gentiles seek, the Gentiles seek, for your heavenly Father knows that you need all these things. But seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added to you. Therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about its own things. Sufficient for the day is its own trouble. Chapter 7. Judge not that you be not judged. For with what judgment you judge, you will be judged, and with the measure you use, it will be measured back to you. And why do you look at the speck in your brother's eye, but do not consider the plank in your own eye? Or how can you say to your brother, let me remove the speck from your eye, and look, a plank is in your own eye? Hypocrite, first remove the plank from your own eye, and then you will see clearly to remove the speck from your brother's eye. Do not give what is holy to the dogs, nor cast your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under their feet and turn and tear you in pieces. Ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and it will be open to you. For everyone who asks receives, and he who seeks finds, and to him who knocks it will be open. Or what man is there among you who, if his son asks for bread, will give him a stone? Or if he asks for a fish, will he give him a serpent? If you then, being evil, know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will your Father who is in heaven give good things to those who ask him? Therefore, whatever you want men to do to you, do also to them. For this is the law and the prophets. Enter by the narrow gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leads to destruction, and there are many who go in by it. Because narrow is the gate and difficult is the way which leads to life, and there are few who find it. Beware of false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly are ravenous wolves. You will know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes from thorn bushes or figs from thistles? Even so, every good tree bears good fruit, but a bad tree bears bad fruit. A good tree cannot bear bad fruit, nor can a bad tree bear good fruit. Everything that does not bear good fruit is cut down and thrown into the fire. Therefore, by their fruits you will know them. Now, everyone who says to me, Brother, brother, shall enter the kingdom of heaven, but he who does the will of my Father in heaven. Many will say to me in that day, Brother, brother, have we not prophesied in your name, cast out demons in your name, and done many wonders in your name? And then I will declare to them, I never knew you. Depart from me, you who practice lawlessness. Therefore, whoever hears these sayings of mine and does them, I will liken him to a wise man who built his house on the rock. And the rain descended, the floods came, and the winds blew and beat on that house, and it did not fall, for it was founded on the rock. But everyone who hears these sayings of mine and does not do them will be like a foolish man who built his house on the sand. And the rain descended, the floods came, and the winds blew and beat on the house, and it fell, and great was his fall. And so it was when Emmanuel had ended these sayings that the people were astonished at his teaching, for he taught them as one having authority and not as the scribes. Interesting. One more time. Yeah, chapter 6, 7. My bad. I forgot. I didn't know I was going to do 7, but I just put 6. Okay. Anyway, did you hear what he said? Take heed that you do not do your charitable deeds before men. It kind of puts me in the mind of this young boxer, Gervonta Davis. He bought his block and he made an announcement about buying the block. And the very next day, it was on fire. Wow. One more time. Take heed that you do not do your charitable deeds before men to be seen by them. Otherwise, you have no reward from your Father in heaven. Wow. Wow. He bought the block, made a public display of it, and the very next day, the block was on fire because he made a public display of it instead of doing like Mike Epps. Now, Mike Epps, he bought the block. People just finding out that he bought the block. He didn't buy the block and brag on it. He bought the block, kept it to himself. But you know, people started talking about it, so he had no choice. He had no choice but to speak up. But he didn't do like Gervonta Davis. See, I keep telling people, you must pay attention to the book of life. Not that Bible, the book of life. Because it calls itself the book of life. I teach the book of life. Now, what you got to understand is every time he says and does things, he gives a perfect example of the things that you shouldn't do. One more time. I love the part that he bought the block, but he made a big public display of it instead of buying the block, fix the block, and then when they start talking about it, then you speak up. That's what Mike Epps did. Mike Epps didn't buy the block and say, hey, I bought the block. No, people started speaking up on him doing what he did. So therefore, what he gonna say? Oh, I know I did. No, it's too late. Now he can speak upon it because he ain't bragging. He's not bragging per se. They are bragging on him. You know, when you're being bragged on, it's acknowledgement of what you have achieved and what you have done. So you're not patting yourself on the back. When Levante Tank Davis made a public display of buying the block, he was patting himself on the back and gold. Don't like that. One more time. Me, myself, I was upset when the block caught fire the next day. I'm like, man, why? Until just now. To me, just now. Many times I read this book, just now I forgot that when you make that public display, you ain't about the people. Because if you about the people, just like when you're talking to God. See, I can sit there and make a public display of talking to God because I'm talking to God so that those who are seeing this can understand that you got to look up to talk to God. Because that's where he at. If you really truly believe in God of gods, then you look up. One more time. There is no such thing as looking down. You have to take heed. One more time. Prime example. I went to the library. This person was standing there. I'm getting ready to get on the elevator. This person just standing there. So I got to go around them to get on the elevator. And then as I go around them, now they want to all of a sudden get off the elevator and bump me with their bag. So I pushed them. I didn't push them hard. I just, what are you doing, man? Okay. What happened? Imagine what happens. A person out of nowhere walked up to me and bumped into me and then walked off. And I'm looking at him like, what the? And then it hit me, remember? You touch somebody, or you think you're going to touch somebody and not be touched. And it ain't like I touched somebody in a positive manner. Because I was saying to myself, why did I do? I was like, man, why did I do that? I don't know me because somebody brush up against me or do some stupid stuff. Don't make me do stupid, but I did stupid so that I could be speaking upon what happens when you're directly connected, when you know better. I knew because when I'm like, why did I do that? Oh man, is it gonna come back? Of course it's gonna come back. Yeah, but it's a display of his power, not my power. One more time. See, I didn't want to touch this person, but I had to touch this person so that as I'm sitting here right now and we related to what happens when you do things of the repercussions, they're coming back, especially if you connected, because it says narrow is the gate and difficult is the way which leads to life, and there are few who find it. One more time. Narrow is the way. I'm on a very narrow path. No one on the face of this earth dare to look at JESUS and say Jesus but me. I can say that just like that. It's so easy for me to look at that and say Jesus. Period. Narrow is the path. One more time. To see God of goals, you can't be like everybody else. Just like he said, enter by the narrow gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leads to destruction, and there are many who go in by it. One more time. Just like I was telling, just like on my radio show, I just got through talking about Benjamin Banneker. Benjamin Banneker was one of the world's most powerful men. Yes. BLAXBLACK radio. Yeah. You want to find me? BLAXBLACK radio. Yeah. You can find me over there doing my thing on Blog Talk Radio. BLAXBLACK. BLAX, BLACK. That's my motto, my mantra. Anyhow, as I'm saying, you have to realize and recognize that gold is all about displaying his power. Beware of false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravenous wolves. One more time. When you find somebody that's going to be able to tell you truth, you're not going to believe them. Can't find that many people going to believe me. Why? Because just like with Emmanuel, people don't understand. Oh, who is you? You just what was Joseph? But no sharecropper. What was he? A farmer or something? Sheep shepherd? You ain't no scholar. You ain't no gentleman. You ain't went to no school. Excuse me. I am so glad that he didn't allow me to be brain whitewashed. When you go to school and then go to college, you're brain whitewashed. Did you not hear Willie Lynch said by the time the black child is 16, he's already broken in because his mother then broke him in. Because the first day mama said, yes, Jesus loved you. And it's over. Because you're looking at a J that you're not allowed to say because of the love of your mother. And she's not wrong. She just doesn't have knowledge. That's my job, is to give people knowledge of self. Notice when I got to the end of that, I did not say what you said at the end of 7. Notice verse 28. I said, and so it was when Emmanuel entered these things. One more time, Emmanuel. Because that's who God begotten son is, Emmanuel. Not who you wish it was, not who you want it to be, but who he said. One more time. He said his son, his begotten son. He said his begotten son's name is Emmanuel, Immanuel, period. It's plain, it's simple. Matthew 1:23 made it plain, made it simple. Now, beware of what? What did he say? Beware of what? False prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing. Because the false prophets are telling you to look at that J, but you can't say what you see. Ooh, false prophets tell you that when you look at that J, you can say G or you can say hey. But blasphemy if you say what you see, J. I believe in the 3 rules. His rules. No gold before he. No graven images, period. And last but not least, do not bow down. I'm going to say again. Moja, Mobili, Tattoo, Kiswahili, 1, 2, 3. Moja, Mobili, Tattoo. No other goals. Goal of goals, period. No graven images, no crosses, no annex, none of that. Nothing, nothing. There is nothing on the face of the earth to symbolize him except for when you look in the mirror. If you got Peter Parker's gold and you got the head of wolf of lamb, then you are looking at gold. Because his first man, Peter Parker's gold and head of wolf of lamb. One more time. And number 3, in order to serve him, you look up to him. Excuse me. In order to serve him, You get on your feet and you look up. One more time. One more time. It's easy, but it's hard. But it ain't hard. And it is easy. And it ain't easy, but it's hard. But it ain't hard, and it's easy. Contradiction, correct? Yes, that's what life is. One more time. Do you think the closer you get to him, that he don't get at you? Because when you get closer to him, you're getting further away from him. And his job, especially if you have power from him, he definitely gonna get at you. He definitely gonna get at you in every way possible that he can. Because that's his job. His job is to keep as many as possible from going up rather than coming down. As these people crying, oh, why can't we? Oh, why can't we? Oh, why can't we? Because you don't want to be. You read the book that say feed the potter's gold and hear the word of the lamb, but you don't respect feed the potter's gold and hear the word of the lamb. It's so easy how a group of my own people can just brush me off. But the white guy can come along in there. But it's understandable because he's so blind he couldn't see the forest for the trees. Because they're not allowed to say what they see. Because when you say what you see, then you come to him. And he looks down and will elevate you. One more time. Didn't you hear what he said? He said, don't do it for them. Don't do it. Don't stand on the corner bragging on what you did. Just like I'm going to say again, Devontae Tank Davis bought the block, made a big display, and the next day it was on fire. On the next day it was on fire. And I myself, having knowledge, still my emotion was, why excuse me, why did he make it a public response? Why did he have to make it publicly known? One more time. I keep telling people, I do not create. I emulate. I pay attention. When at first I was just like I was a true black man feeling mad because this man had bought some for the block. But one more time, he did it for his own glory, not for the glory of the block. Because if you're doing it for the glory of the block, you buy the block, people move in, then people start talking about what you did, and then you can say, yes, I wouldn't, I was trying to, keep it down low, hey man, no man, you understand what I'm saying? Mike Epps did it, but he's speaking upon it because he ain't got no choice. Other people are speaking upon it, not him per se saying, hey, I'm gonna buy the block and then make a big display and so on and so forth. He did it with some style and finesse. That's why when I seen it about him doing, the next day wasn't about nothing on fire. But when Devontae Davis did it, the next day it was on fire because he didn't do it for the people. He did it for his own glorification. And go to Wolves, don't play that. One more time. I keep telling people time and time again, it's all about him displaying his power. Keep that in mind as this new year begins. Remember, we are all susceptible to faults because he created us as mortal. Being mortal is to say, forgive me, Father, of my sins, because you're going to sin. I say it in the morning, forgive me of my sins. I say it at night, forgive me of my sins. Every morning, every night. Because I know I'm going to do that because I'm mortal. I'm mortal. I am not in control. When you stop and think about you're really not in control, that's when you start getting in the position of where you're connecting more and more with him. One more time. When they burnt the block, after that man bought the block and then they burnt it, I was angry and I was upset, just like everybody else. But I forgot what GodWitUs said. If you're going to do something to help somebody, you don't brag on what you do. You let them brag on you. And then if you speak, then if it's just all out there, then you're okay. Yeah, I did it. I was trying not to say nothing. But yeah, I did it. Yeah. Other than, hey man, look what I did. I'm all this. I'm all this. He don't like that because he wasn't really charitable. Because if it's charitable, secret place, secret things. One more time. One more time. As always, Nigri, the way, Owanzo. Go is the beginning. In the name of she, capital S, capital H, capital I, who man, Adam, called son, S-U-N. In the name of the true begotten Son, Emmanuel, I-M-A-N-U-E-L, whose name means go with us. In the name of the true motherland, Nigritia, N-I-G-R-I-T-I-A, which means land of the gods. Moja, Kupenda. One love, one love, one love. Peace, peace from above. Amani kutoka you peace from above. Happy New Year's. Harry Ya Mawaka Umpia. May this 24 be greater than 23. Happy New Year's. Mawaka Umpia. Mawaka Ya excuse me. Harry Ya Mawaka Umpia. Harry Ya Mawaka Umpia. Harry Ya Mawaka Umpia. Happy